With Mamata Banerjee threatening to pull the plug on UPA2, the government's survival is in danger. What do the government's managers intend to do? Joining us now is Union Minister for Commerce and Industry, Mr. Anand Sharma. Welcome to Hot Pursuit, sir. Mamata Banerjee has today come out and said that the government and the current president, Mr. Pranab Mukherjee, made a commitment on the floor of the House. And I want to quote what he said, that the decision to permit 51% FDI in retail is suspended till a consensus is developed through consultation amongst various stakeholders. Yes. Your own allies, sir, are now accusing your government of not keeping a commitment made on the floor of the House.
Listen, the commitment has been kept because we consulted everyone. Stakeholders mean who? The farmers. Every farmers' confederation, unions from all over India were brought into the consultation process. All consumers' federations were brought into the consultation process, which were coordinated by the Ministry of Food and Consumer Affairs. Thirdly, small and medium enterprises, the industries associations, all the state governments. I personally wrote to all the chief ministers. The Secretary DIPP wrote to all the chief secretaries of the states. It's not only a question of writing. Literally, I in person would have met almost every chief minister, including Mamata Banerjee, post the decision of last 7th December to suspend for further consultations.
So is one thing.
Second thing,
the promise made on the floor of the House is that you would develop consensus.
Yes, please, that's what I'm answering. If consultation is not consensus should, please don't confuse with unanimity. It doesn't mean that if one or two don't agree. There's broad consensus means consensus amongst the farmers federations, farmers unions, consumers unions, all the chambers of industry, all throughout the state, all the small and medium industry associations, 9 big states of the country which have agrarian strengths. Now, it is an enabling policy. We are leaving it to the states to implement.
No, but I have a direct question. So the opposition last time was political. The promise was that political consensus will be achieved, then this will be moved forward. Now, we've just introduced Prakash Karat. He says a majority in parliament doesn't want FDI in retail. Listen, is that not a fact? Not one or two parties.
Can I tell you one thing? Mr. Prakash Karat must understand that policy formulation is the prerogative of the elected government of the day. We are not going to go to the BJP or to Prakash Karat to make a policy for FDI. When they are in government, they could have made their own policies, which BJP in any case had the GOM note ready to allow 100% FDI without any conditionalities. Today, they are taking this other posture, which is partisan and opportunistic politics on their part. I can understand Prakash Karat and his party never agreeing to it, but that's because of their blinkered ideology.
Also, your allies, Mayawati, Mulayam, on whom you are dependent, the DMK today is part of the All India opposition-sponsored band.
I'm very clear about that it is a well thought out decision. We have consulted everyone. It is a policy framework which is enabling. Each state has the same right under the Constitution of India. Implementation is left to the elected governments of any state.
But your own allies aren't on board.
I'm extremely sorry. Allow me to complete. That those states which have asked for it, who holds a veto to deprive them? Can one state decide for another state? Is it not fair and democratic that you leave it to the states? How can we decide for every state? It's not fair. If those states who do not want it...
No, but the opposition says...
Please. Those states who do not want it, they have every right not to do it. Those states who want it, their right must be respected and protected.
But the opposition says, as per the law of the country, you can't have laws for different states.
I think this is not a law. I would only pity the mental bankruptcy of anybody coming out with this argument. This means they are less literate about the laws of the country. This is a policy.
No, be it as it may.
No, sure.
How do you stop? Does it not open the possibility of litigation, Mr. Sharma? That if a particular company is stopped from going into a state, they can say, how am I allowed in Maharashtra but not allowed in Tamil Nadu?
You come and invest. This is FDI. Remember, FDI is covered by the policy. We have a different policy for the broadcasting sector. We have different FDI policy for the banking sector. We have different FDI policy for the pharmaceutical sector. Each sector has a different approach. This is a policy approach. And this is pre-establishment. Remember, that we are leaving the implementation to the states. Now you must understand the law. The law of the land is that the shop and license is given by the local authority, including a municipality, under the Shop and Establishment Act. The trade license is given by the local authority. The Government of India does not give a shop license or a trade license. Am I clear now? That is the law. Now when it comes to the policy, policy says those states who want to implement. If a state does not want to implement, they are very much within their rights not to give a shop license.